you go.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Did Deontay Wilder ruin Tyson Fury in that devastating 12th round knockdown? We unpacked. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Tyson Fury fought this weekend, and post-fight, this is similar to how he was looking. It was a bloody mess, fun fight, but against the level of opposition who hadn't really proven his place, you know, Otto Wallin, I really feel like Tyson Fury, in the eyes of most, should have performed better. You know, you got to keep in mind, Tyson Fury does a lot of like banter, trash talking. Talked about Dillian White, called Andy Ruiz some fat guy. Taunted Joshua, says if you lose to Ruiz again, you're a bum, retire. And, you know, call Wilder a bum dosa and a shit house and all this stuff. And he had a lot to say. Otto Wallin himself didn't really come into this fight known. He didn't really come off no major momentum. And he gave Tyson Fury a hell of a fight. So it left people kind of challenging their picks. And I want to unpack it because a lot of people have asked me the question, do I feel that the fight with Deontay Wilder, you know, kind of took a toll on Tyson Fury? And the simple answer is yes, I do. You got to keep this in mind. I'm not taking anything away from Otto Wallin. He went and did what he had to do. Came close to, you know, maybe even stopping Tyson Fury, put on a hell of a performance. However, this was by design from Top Rank. The moment Tyson Fury announced that he was signing with Bob Arum, Top Rank, ESPN, I knew he was ducking Deontay Wilder. Now, the thing is, Tyson Fury, he's trying to be this larger-than-life personality with the Rey Mysterio type lucha libre mask, stuff like that. He wants to be, you know, the center of attention, charismatic guy, and this is what ESPN, they're using to like build him up, like, oh, it's the lineal champ and stuff. Nobody really takes that serious. You know, I've talked about this on my live stream, but the bottom line is this: how are you the lineal champion and you disappeared for two to 3 years while everybody else was working active in the heavyweight division and throughout boxing, you know, paving the way, the Canelos, the Errol Spences, and you know, the Terrence Crawfords, Wilder, Joshua, everybody was working, and Tyson Fury was on the sidelines eating and gained an excess amount. And then he comes back and finally gets his mind right, and everyone's just supposed to be, he had to relinquish all his belts. Everyone's just supposed to be like, oh, Tyson Fury's the god, and, you know, look what I done to Klitschko. That was great. You know, I don't think it was an entertaining fight at all. It was actually I was really looking forward to the fight. Tyson Fury dressed up like Batman, and, you know, there's all these theatrics, but to me, the fight, I respect the performance just because he was able to do something and, you know, find some way to dethrone Klitschko and make Klitschko look bad. Klitschko hadn't looked like that or lost in 10 years, almost 9 years. So I gave him credit for that. But from an entertainment value perspective, it really wasn't a good fight. It was like a career low amount of punches for two heavyweights, especially when you think of someone Tyson Fury's size and Klitschko's 6'6", big buff frame and stuff. You kind of imagine, like, in the heavyweight division, knockouts, knockdowns, and even if it's not going to be that, just some punishing shots or, you know, good action, and it just really wasn't scintillating like that. But anyway, he did the deed. But that was in the same year Floyd Mayweather beat Pacquiao. Floyd has now fought Conor McGregor. Floyd is on his Instagram saying he's having some kind of exhibition with Pacquiao. I don't think he's fighting Pacquiao, you know, but You know, this is, look, Mayweather versus Pacquiao exhibition, Tokyo, Japan, coming soon. So it's very ambiguous and things like that. And I think he's fighting. Pacquiao has his own fighters, I think, that are working with Rizon, and TMT has their own fighters, and they're putting together, if I had to take an educated guess, they're putting together some kind of Pacquiao fighter versus Mayweather fight. I don't think it's going to be Pacquiao and Mayweather in an exhibition. Why would they fight an exhibition where they don't go on their record when they can make more money fighting a regular fight? You know, it doesn't really make sense to me, but we'll have to wait to see more. But the bottom line is everybody was active. A lot has changed since 2015. You know, just look at cell phones. They're already on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I just ordered mine, pre-order. Shout out to Apple. You know, who knows what phone they were on in 2015. So technology is a great indicator of how fast we move as a society. You get what I'm saying? Now, no one's saying forget resume names. Like, I don't forget Floyd Mayweather's performance over Diego Corrales or Arturo Gatti, but throughout his career, he continued to do that. Continued to fight the guys like De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Manny Pacquiao, Berto, you know, all these guys, right? Tyson Fury is living on a prayer like Bon Jovi, constantly talking about what he did in 2015 and nearly getting knocked out and almost beating Deontay Wilder. That's it. If you really analyze Tyson Fury's recent resume, that's what comes to mind. Exhibit A, we unpacked. Tyson Fury fought Otto Wallin. That was just this weekend. Tom Schwartz, nobody knew who he was. A draw with Wilder, December of last year. And before that, he fought Francisco Pianeta, you know, Pinata, in 2018. And before that, he fought Sefer Seferi, who weighed 210 pounds, you know, and he stopped him in 4 rounds. He looked way smaller, and Fury's pretending to kiss him and stuff. And then 2018, that was June. Before that, he fought Klitschko. See, look at this. He fought Klitschko November 28th, 2015. So Thanksgiving weekend, basically, the year Pacquiao fought Mayweather. And he didn't fight again until June of 2018. That's like a 3-year hiatus. You feel me? That's basically 3 years that he was inactive. And then coming back, he fought these names: Seferi, Francisco Pineda, and then a draw with Wilder. And then Tom Schwartz, again, someone no one knows, and Otto Wallin. Now, despite Otto Wallin, you know, both these guys had undefeated records. The bottom line is no one knew who they were, and you put him on the map, if anything, you know. But he was coming off a Nick Kistner performance on a ShoBox undercard for Clarissa Shields, I believe. You know, none of these names are recognizable. So realistically, you look at Tyson Fury, I mean, his best names are Wilder and also Klitschko. The other names are far out. There's not even like Johan Duhaupas, Robert Helenius, Dillian White, Thomas Adamek, like literally guys I have never heard of. Manuel Char, Kubrat Pull. He has no names like that. Oscar Rivas. Like, outside of the Klitschko and Deontay Wilder, these guys are obscure as hell. Seferi, I don't even know where he's from, nothing. I just remember the fight was announced. Look, Armando Sante looking motherfucker. Who is this? From Switzerland or wherever, you know? So who has he really fought in recent memory? And before that, he fought Christian Hammer. You know, Luis Ortiz recently fought him. Nobody gave Luis Ortiz no crazy credit for beating Christian Hammer. And then he stopped Derek Chisora, who had already been stopped by Klitschko, David Haye. Look, by the time he fought Tyson Fury, when was it? By the time he fought Tyson Fury, he had already fought and lost to David Haye years before. See, David Haye knocked him out in 2012. He didn't fight Fury till 2 years later, you know? And like I said, actually he did, because he fought, I forgot he fought Haye. He fought him twice, so he actually did fight him before. But either way, it's Derek Chisora, Vitaly Klitschko lost, Robert Helenius lost, and then Tyson Fury beat him. So Tyson Fury actually was the first person to beat him. But again, Derek Chisora hasn't actually won that many major fights. He's solid, but you know, these are the names that Tyson Fury has to show for recent memory. And even that, the Tyson Fury fight, that's dating back to 2014. 2014. We're about to hit 2020. And then before that, Joey Abdel, Steve Cunningham, a cruiserweight, had a record of 25-5, got hurt by Amir Mansour, you know, looked way smaller than Tyson Fury, right? And dropped Tyson Fury still. Kevin Johnson, Vinny Maldonado. Just look at these names. Nikolai Furtha, I know him. Jared Chisora, Marcelo, you know, Marcellus Wallace, Zach Page, Rich Power, John McDermott. You know, look at these names. Hans Gruber, 9-3 record. Some dude named Thomas with a 4-22-5 record. This is Tyson Fury's whole resume, you know. This is his whole resume. Now, to Tyson Fury's credit, I will say he did try to fight David Haye, but David Haye retired, like ended up retiring. And the thing is, I think Tyson Fury is a good fighter, but the way ESPN has built him up, like he's this showstopper and knockout artist, it's laughable. It's laughable. He was just in there with an unknown guy, and this is the result, and this is how he looks. So to answer the question that is posed in the video and unpack it, I do think the Deontay Wilder fight had effect on Tyson Fury. I told you guys, ESPN and Top Rank joined forces with Frank Warren, and they had to have known, and it had to be discussed by Frank Warren and Tyson Fury that, hey, we're in negotiations to fight Deontay Wilder at the Barclays Center in an immediate rematch. They all got around, all the people in suits and the teams got all around some kind of round table and discussed, thwarted the whole plan and discussed their own plan that didn't really benefit the fans. This is one of the results of doing that. When you try to play God and prolong these fights, this is the potential of what happens. Now, Tyson Fury, in my honest opinion, has made himself look vulnerable, questionable, and you're going in there with a person who, if he doesn't take major damage versus Luis Ortiz and or lose, you got a problem on your hands. Because Wilder, if he looks good and does what he did with his other rematch with Bermane Stiverne, you know, there was back and forth trash talk. I want to catch a body, and you know, they were nasty with each other, and then Wilder knocked him out in one round. So some people speculate, since Luis Ortiz is getting older and stuff, this definitely favors Wilder. Plus, Wilder was reportedly sick in the first fight, and he came in light. Plus, he just knocked out Brazil, and I think more things have picked up for him. He just bought like the Wilder Mobile and stuff. You know, he's making more money, got offered a bunch of money since the Tyson Fury and last year fight with Luis Ortiz. He got offered $100 million. So I think he learned from the Tyson Fury draw. I think a lot has changed even in 1 year, and that's a good thing. You're supposed to thrive. You're supposed to get better, you know, as the years progress. But this wasn't a good performance for Tyson Fury headed into the Wilder fight. And I think they should have really considered what they were doing, and they really should have done what I said from the beginning and just pushed the immediate rematch. You can still make a trilogy out of it. Even if Fury got knocked out, you can fight other options, and then, you know, within a year or so, calendar, you know, 12-month calendar month, fight Wilder. I am convinced, especially with how Fury struggled with Wallin, that this was not supposed to look like this. They put Tyson Fury in there because if you have the complexion for the protection, they want to give you every opportunity to do your best, get your bearings back, and psychologically and also physically recover from that 12th round. Everybody remembers the 12th round, and unfortunately for Tyson Fury, it's not in a necessary positive way. It's not necessarily a positive way. You know, it's positive if we're talking about Roman gladiator, blood, guts stuff, but long term, it's not really a positive thing. You know, it was cool. It was movie like. I was in the, you know, in the Staples Center. I went to the fight, covered the fight, etc. So for that reason, it was cool. It was like some movie shit. But career wise, plus this Otto Wallin fight, Tyson Fury got some mileage on him just in these two fights. This was a hard fight. You know, anytime someone has a cut that's this sinister, look, Instagram has to block it. It says sensitive content. The photo contains sensitive content people may find offensive or disturbing. It's a gruesome cut. So the reality is you got cuts all in your eye that are ripping your eyebrow out, and then another cut because anytime you cut, it tenderizes that section, you know, and your skin is more susceptible to tears and, you know, pulling and ripping and stuff like that, because the skin is already, there's already laceration, you know, there's already like an incision or whatever, and it weakens it, you know. The skin's only going to be so elastic. Now you're going into the Wilder fight off of that performance and possible scar tissue that against a major puncher, you can't afford to have that reopen up, you know. And this is the downside to playing the game. Every time these promoters and the people in suits, the networks, ESPN, they want their hometown fighter to beat Wilder. If he was going to beat Wilder, this to me didn't help him. This made it worse. So it's funny to me because your plan actually backfired. You try to give him 2 suckers and light touch opponents that he should dominate. And by the fight's end, he looking like this. He's looking like this. And people have looked at Tyson Fury as like, man, he's a blood and guts warrior, but I don't know, I'm picking Wilder now. Where before this fight, before this performance, you know, even up to the Tom Schwartz, because that was a definite blowout, you know, people were saying that, you know, some people were saying they'll pick Fury, but off of a performance like that, it's kind of hard to gauge, and it makes you want to side with Wilder, you know. Definitely me. I was picking Wilder before all of this, but, you know, inadvertently, Top Rank and ESPN and Frank Warren, they dropped the ball to me because now it made it worse. Why would Wilder not be? Why you looking like this at the end of your fight against what most people would consider a C-level fighter? He has Otto Wallin. I could pull it up all day. He has not fought anyone. Tell me the name. I'll read names and you tell me who you know prior to fighting Tyson Fury. Nick Kistner, Adrian Grananit, Sardan Govindarica, Gianluca Mandras, Rafael Zumbano, Osborne Machamana, you know, Irinu Bito, Simir, you know, come on, bro. No one's heard of any of these names. This is all the way. I'm looking all the way. Look how many times he fought in 2015, because he hadn't really fought no one. He fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He fought 5 times. You can do that when you're fighting these guys. And I'm not even mad at Otto Wallin, so please don't take it like that. Otto Wallin did his thing. If anything, you made him a celebrity overnight, just like Joshua made Andy Ruiz a celebrity overnight with a poor performance. So shout out to Otto Wallin. He was game. He was durable. He weathered the storm and came for some get back in that 12th round. I'm not mad. I'm not even mad at his career. It is what it is. You know, some of these guys that are obscure and from Sweden, he's who knows who his promoter. I don't even know who his promoter is. You get what I'm saying? So he might not have been given promotional opportunities to fight on major cards and stuff like that, you know? So the reality is, it's not even an Otto Wallin thing. He came out and was game as hell against someone who was way bigger than him, leaning on him, threw their hardest shots with all their might, and still wasn't enough. And then now Tyson Fury's blackened eye, beat up, and deep ass cuts and laceration. That's not a good performance. And it's funny for the people who are saying, look at this man, bro. Again, people, why are we celebrating this? This is a man's life. This is a man's career. He showed heart. Nobody's taking that from him. He gypsy warrior, whatever you want to call it. But this shouldn't be celebrated in boxing like that, bro. He looks hurt. And now you took a mega fight with Deontay Wilder, and look at Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin don't even look bad. Look, he don't even look that bad considering considering that he's much smaller and he was outweighed. Look. Otto Wallin, when he fought Tyson Fury, weighed 236. Tyson Fury weighed 254 and a half. And who knows how much they weighed in unofficially the next day when they, you know, ate some carbs or whatever. Otto Wallin don't look bad. Look.
I left everything in the ring like I wanted to.
You know, so shout out to Otto Wallin. But I'm telling you, the Wilder, look, it got stitched up closed, but these are deep cuts. That's deep. I think the Wilder fight. See, the thing is, with the Wilder situation, I think Wilder, that 12th round, really did something. And the reason I know for a fact that it did something is I knew this before, but this is more proof. They didn't think all this would happen. And this is why they put him in there with a guy like Otto Wallin and Tom Schwartz, because they wanted to play it safe, right? They wanted to play it safe so this didn't happen. And Tyson Fury lucked out because it was an inexperienced guy. Imagine if he had been in there with anybody of note with known punching power, and this episode would have been created, like the punch opened up a cut. He would be in a bit more experienced guy, or even a guy with more pop. He would be in serious trouble. Look at Wilder. Wilder is damn near his height, and he's athletic, and he's the hardest puncher in boxing. That you would have been, and he throws punches, you know, to this day. He throwing punches from different angles and stuff. You're in there with a whole different problem. Otto Wallin should have targeted that eye. You know, I know it sounds like real sinister and macabre, but it's a fight game. You trying to change your whole life like Andy Ruiz. So I think Otto Wallin kind of showed a little bit too much respect to the cut and shit like that, and should have been shooting the left all day, shooting uppercuts, going to the body. He kind of got away from stuff. This what happens, and he allowed Tyson Fury to burrow his way in and bully him and like lean his weight and measure him and push his head down and stuff like that. Subtle, dirty veteran tricks. You know, I'm not gonna say he's a horrible, dirty fighter, but little things that you can get away with. All fighters do it. Mayweather sometimes pushes off his elbows. Cotto hit Zab Judah in the dick. You know, if you can get away with it, you know, like Mike Tyson said, it's a fight. You know, who cares? It's a fight. You know, but the bottom line is it wasn't a stellar performance. His own father said the same thing, and I do think Wilder, he just got too much power. Wilder changed it. Getting hit by a puncher like Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder can change your trajectory. You must take it easy, because while everybody in Top Rank knew this is why they put him in there with the Tom Schwartzes of the world, people they didn't think had a chance. And even the guy you thought didn't have a chance put it into perspective and made it a scrap. Imagine if Tyson Fury was in there with Wilder. Come on, bro. And his eyes leaking, he can't see. You don't think Wilder, who name somebody who Wilder didn't finish? You know, the only thing you could say is Tyson Fury, and he ran out of time in the round. And Tyson Fury, we don't even know how he got up. That was just crazy. And then Bermane Stiverne in the first fight. And Bermane Stiverne had to tackle him, and then the round ended. So he was kind of safe by the bell. Wilder is a devastating puncher. And, you know, I think ESPN and Top Rank, they did Tyson Fury's team a disservice. Now you got Tyson Fury with a brand new trainer, you know, 20-something-year-old Ben Davison. His own father is saying, you better dump that team. They're going to get you in serious trouble. That was a horrible performance from my son. And anybody else better would have did him in. They would do you, you know? And it puts it in perspective. Imagine had it been Wilder, had it been somebody that you fucking have heard of before. He might have not been off the hook, you know? And I have to talk. I normally don't like to do what ifs, but this is the opponent they selected. This is why they select a guy like that, because you can, if your bearings aren't back from that 12th round versus Wilder, you can get away with some of the mistakes. Tyson Fury, he sensed urgency because the punch opened a cut, or the cut was opened by a punch, and he sensed some urgency. So Tyson Fury got real aggressive and was just kind of coming in and trying to land hard shots and throwing with all his might and loading up. You can't do that to just anybody. You did that to a smaller, inexperienced guy. But against Wilder, you would have to worry about not just your output, but Deontay Wilder's output, you know, because that could be input, and it would be a different ball game. Wilder's not going to just sit there and let you lean on him. He's too big, and he's too athletic, and he's moving around, and he's too fast, and he hits too hard. He's strong. He's country strong. So he's not going to just let you like lean on him. That's more for Klitschko did that too, you know, against Alexander Povetkin, Alex Lepai, Kubrat Pulev, because he's bigger than these guys. But if Klitschko, when he fought Tyson Fury and Joshua, he couldn't really lean on it. Joshua was 6'6", muscle bound. Tyson Fury's 6'9" and outweighs Klitschko. So it's just a different ball game. Wilder is ferocious, and Tyson Fury even said post-fight, he says, Wilder's the most fiercest puncher in heavyweight history, and tonight I felt that. That's why Joshua didn't want to fight him. So the blueprint has already been laid out. All the protectors, all the man fans, you guys look horrible. This is what new media, this is what myself, we've been telling you. There's a reason that one party chooses to buy more time and not go into the immediate rematch. I have a conference call that I was on. I have all of the audio, and Deontay Wilder said PBC emailed me days after Wilder Fury, because I was in attendance for the fight and credentialed, and they emailed me days after the fight saying, we're doing a conference call on Monday or Tuesday. And I called in and I did a live stream. My real ones who follow the channel since December 2018 will know that. In this conference call, Wilder specifically said, you know, people like Andre Ward, they think I won't take a rematch. I don't know why they think I don't want the rematch. This is all I want. I want the rematch. And everyone thought the rematch was going to happen until Tyson Fury pulled what he pulled. He pulled the stunt he pulled. So it's very easy to see this is why he pulled the stunt, because that power, Wilder got that fear of God power. You know, Wilder struck fear and showed Team Fury that we barely escaped. All that we destroyed him 10 rounds to 2, that's just malarkey. That's just banter, proper banter. That's nothing. Nobody believes that. If you have to say you won 10 rounds to 2, because Wilder scored 2 10-8 rounds. So from a mathematical standpoint, you can't really lose many more rounds than that if somebody got 2 10-8 rounds and a 12-rounder. So they had to be extreme, like I told you, and had to say something, because you know they don't want to cop to a draw, right? Even Freddie Roach messed up. I got the video. Freddie Roach said that he thought Fury won, and then he said I gave it 7 rounds to 5 or something like that. And then someone corrected him. They said, yo, you gave him 7 rounds and gave Wilder 5, but Wilder had 2 10-8 rounds, so that means Wilder won. And then Freddie Roach was thinking, like you could see on his face, he was just like, I got the video. He just thought about that. And he was like, oh shit, because he realized that math didn't make sense. If you scored at 7-5 and Wilder had 2 10-8 rounds, something that Tyson Fury had no knockdowns or no rounds that you could have given him a 10-8 round, then that means Wilder would have won, or at best a draw, depending on how you scored it. And then he, you know, backtracked off his words. I got the video. So to me, it's always been apparent Wilder got that fear of God power. They were trying to take it lightly, and it just so happened, just like Wilder, just like Joshua. Joshua didn't fight Wilder. We know why. You just lost to Andy Ruiz. And I know they're different fighters, and, you know, people stop with the bullshit, bro. You cannot beat new media. There's a lot of people in the media and shit. They're like, oh, but Otto Wallin is a southpaw and he's a boxer, something that Wilder isn't. Wilder can't box. Man, shut the fuck up. Otto Wallin is inexperienced, unlike Wilder. Otto Wallin is 6'5" and Wilder's 6'7", unlike Wilder. You know, Otto Wallin is slow for all intents and purposes, unlike Wilder. Otto Wallin has less power and doesn't have the fear of God power like Wilder. Otto Wallin had never fought for a title, unlike Wilder. So people using this bullshit about this fight was so hard because he was a southpaw, and he has a totally different style to Deontay Wilder. Yeah, he is a southpaw, and they do have different styles, but there's more positivity. There's more positive traits. Wilder got 12 rounds to look at Tyson Fury. Otto Wallin just went in there and did his best with no real experience. You know, we don't know of his power at the elite level. He had never fought for a title. So you think someone just simply being a southpaw and having a boxing style, like, oh, styles make fights, is bullshit. Wilder beats Otto Wallin if they were to fight. Wilder beats Otto Wallin. If you look at positive attributes leading into the Tyson Fury fight that Otto Wallin has, you could say, okay, people struggle with southpaws, and that's really it. You can't say he beats Wilder in really any other category. Power, resume, experience, height, arm reach advantage. I promise you Wilder got longer arms. Let's look it up. Otto Wallin has a reach of 78 inches. Okay. And Deontay Wilder has a reach of 83 inches. And he's taller and he's faster. So while people are trying to minimize it and make it look like, oh, Tyson Fury just looked this way because the great Otto Wallin, he was inexperienced. He was a southpaw, but he was inexperienced, you know? And actually, when Tyson Fury's eye was fucked up, he should have shot the left more. He should have took a step back and shot the check left hook, you know? But Wilder blows Otto Wallin out of the water if they fight. And also Deontay Wilder blows out Otto Wallin in positive attributes going into a Fury fight. Again, experience, having fought Fury at 12 rounds already, knowing late that he found something out and he was able to knock him down twice. So he knows he can hurt him, right? In addition to that, confidence, being able to learn from your mistakes. I mean, it's like taking the same test twice. If you took a test at the DMV to try to get your permit or some shit, right? And then you barely missed it, you know, you can only miss 3 questions or so, and you missed 4. Wilder almost had Fury out of there. So you can only miss 3 questions on the DMV permit test, and you missed 4. So he drew. He barely missed his mark. Imagine taking that same DMV permit test. So despite Wallin have a different style, he also had more attributes that didn't really match up well with Tyson Fury, and still gave Tyson Fury a hellish fight. You know what I'm saying? And cut his face up. But beyond that, we don't know what Tyson Fury, how this is going to heal. You go in there with any puncher, they're going to be targeting that eye. That's all I would practice in camp if I was Wilder. So, yeah, I think Deontay Wilder has the fear of God power. I think Tyson Fury, you never really know if guys are the same until they fight same or similar competition. For example, Amir Khan, another British fighter. It's been a bad year for the UK, but another British fighter. He got knocked the fuck out by Canelo Alvarez. We all know that, right? Got knocked out by Canelo Alvarez. And guess what? He took hella long off, you know. And this was beneficial for Wilder too, having a sensational viral knockout in 1 round against his mandatory. Again, destroying mandatories in 1 round. But anyway, Amir Khan fought Canelo, got knocked the hell out, right? Then he took a long time off, a year plus, had some surgeries, came back to the likes of Phil LaGreco, who was retired, you know, and probably looks out of shape. So he looks, you know what I'm saying? He looks like he has to cut weight and scientifically make sure he makes weight, etc. He knocks him out in 40 seconds. Then he struggles with Samuel Vargas. Then he fights Terrence Crawford. So we didn't really see, you know, Amir Khan in there with someone elite again until he fought Terrence Crawford. And when he did, with the moment he stepped in there with similar elite competition, not even the same person, because obviously he's not going to rematch Canelo, but as soon as Amir Khan fought another elite puncher and another elite person like Terrence Crawford, he ends up losing and quitting and getting stopped again. You know, and I think it would have went worse as the fight wore on. You get what I'm saying? So we never knew if Tyson Fury would be the same after the Wilder, after this scene. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's Dominic Brazil. See, Wilder be knocking out so many people. I thought that was Fury for a second. I was about to say perfect timing. But we never really got a chance to see if Tyson Fury had healed physically and emotionally from the Wilder knockdown, because they weren't putting him in with adequate competition. And then even though a guy wasn't necessarily adequate, he still made a hell of a fight out of it in Otto Wallin. There was nothing stylistically or nothing on paper that really suggested that Otto Wallin would do as good as he did. You know, he didn't have the experience, didn't have the resume, wasn't the bigger person, wasn't the more experienced guy, the name guy. He wasn't the one that the promotion was giving all the favorable exposure. You know, Tyson Fury's team I really feel like they dropped the ball, bro, because now they got Tyson Fury about to fight a real animal. They got him about to fight a real animal because now Wilder, he knows he can hurt Fury, and Otto Wallin just hurt him. So the moment, like, I don't even know what Otto Wallin's power is like at an elite level, and you were hurt in the Otto Wallin 12th round. So I mean, if Wilder gets past Luis Ortiz, he should be a sure shot favorite over Tyson Fury. End of story. And again, this is what happens. You let fights marinate and prolong it and this, that, and the third. You think you're preserving your fighter, but then another fighter trying to be the next Andy Ruiz who comes up, puts Tyson Fury. I'm so happy. This is the year of the upset. Even though Otto Wallin didn't win, he still came close and he still exposed Tyson Fury. And I'm so happy because I hope this keeps happening. You know, I hope J-Rock, you know, it's nothing against J-Rock and Hurt, but I like that, man. I love an underdog story. I love a good underdog story. I really do. And they built Tyson Fury up and said he was this and that, and Otto Wallin really came to scrap. I just don't like that narrative of we're just feeding this guy as fish food and we're just bringing him in here to get slaughtered. I like when, you know, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun though. You know, I like when people do dumbass shit and try to hunt lions and all types of shit, and the lion turn around and maul the fuck out of them. That's what I like. When animals attack. And this is what happens. So this is what I like. I'm glad that Otto Wallin had some success. He can go on and get another, hopefully a good fight against, you know, another up and coming heavyweight or Adam Kaunowski or somebody. I like it. I'm glad that he did what he did. But now you're fighting Wilder. Look at him smiling. You don't think he's going to be smiling? If Wilder gets past Luis Ortiz, he should easily be the favorite, period. We unpack. Let me know what you guys think. That's it. That's all I got to say. I do think, though, that the reason they put Fury in there light and it's still backfired, the reason they were putting Tune up because they were trying to get Fury back. They were trying to give him the best chance to get his bearings right, get his senses, and they made it worse. Inadvertently, they made it worse because they put him in there with the live dog, and he came to fight, and most people think Tyson Fury got exposed to some degree. Now you've already signed up. You already said you're going to sue Wilder if he don't fight you next. You said he can't fight Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr. So hope Tyson Fury heals up and hope we got a fight. You know, hopefully Wilder gets past Luis Ortiz, but it's not looking good for the man fans and old media yet again. I think Wilder he's the king of the division. I've been telling you that. Joshua didn't fight him for a reason. Tyson Fury ducked the rematch for a reason, and his team tried to buy him time with these tune-ups for a reason. Now you made it worse because the Otto Wallin came and put some additional miles on you, and he showed some additional thing. Otto Wallin was having success in there, y'all. He was going to the body. He didn't just headhunt. So Wilder, I hope Wilder pays attention to that. He had a great body attack, but he abandoned it. Wilder was landing some good body shots in the first 3-4 rounds. Now the blueprint's out, I'm telling you. Let me know what you guys think. We unpack. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.